Okay, my mic wasn't on, and I just recorded for about 5 minutes. So we're starting over. But welcome back to week 3. Thanks for tuning into the solo episode. I know it was kind of probably unexpected, to say the least. But we had to work out a few scheduling kinks here and there, so we're going solo. And I've tried to do this like 4 times, and I've hated every single one. So this is the last time I'm doing it, and if you hate it, you hate it, and if you like it, you like it. This week has been just heinous, honestly. We had spring break last week, and I had South by, and which we'll talk about too, but everyone I know, including myself, has been quite literally delusional this week. Everyone. We have Roundup Friday, Saturday, so when you're listening to this, I will be partying. Well deserved partying after the longest week I've ever experienced in my life. Yeah, everyone's just delusional. We came back on Monday. No, we came back on Sunday. And everyone's just tired, and then you wake up on Monday and that was my Sunday 2.0. I needed a second Sunday because South by was the longest week I think I've ever had in my entire life. I worked Sunday, Monday, Tuesday of South by, got sick Wednesday, recovered from that Thursday, then went out on Friday and Saturday, moved out of where I was staying on Sunday, came back here, and now we're sitting here doing this episode so late. So we've been delusional. Everyone's tired. We have a formal tonight. It should be interesting. I'm not really looking forward to it, to be quite honest, but by the time you're listening to this, it'll have already happened, so I guess you all don't really have a say in what I decide to do. Roundup should be interesting, though. 2 days of partying in a row. I still haven't gotten my wristband either. Can we talk about that for a second? You had to download an app. That was new. Last year, we didn't have to do that. So we downloaded an app. You download the app, and then you buy the ticket. So then you should be good to go, right? No, wrong. You have to go on campus, wait in an even longer line to go into the co-op, get a wristband, like an ACL style wristband, have them put it on your wrist for X amount of time if they don't put it on loose enough. And then you're sitting there showering. That is the most annoying feeling when you shower and you have a wristband on. No, 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 no. So I need to get that today so I can make it out tomorrow. But it's fine because it should be a blast. Westfest. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's called Westfest. We've got West 22nd opening for Remy Wolf, I believe, on Saturday, which is like midday. So that should be exciting. Congratulations to them for winning Battle of the Bands. I didn't even know we had that, so good on ya. And then Saturday night, there's all of the parties at the nighttime. Probably will not be attending those. Because Paul Val is doing his album release show at Antone's on Saturday night at 9. Past lives are opening for him. If you haven't gotten a ticket, then you should. Because when you're listening to this, you'll have a day. You'll have a whole other day to think about why you should go to that instead of going to whatever you're planning on going to. So just go. It's going to be so much fun. I've seen him before. He puts on a great show. I've never seen the past lives. So I'm excited. And if you're not going and you don't have plans, and even if you do have plans, maybe cancel them and go to this instead. Bring your friends. You already paid for a Roundup ticket. What's another $20 or however much it is to go to a different concert? Also, why does the Roundup band cost money? I go here. I go to this school. I didn't know that we were paying for things. I'm gonna be honest, I'm frugal. I'm too frugal for this. Like, you pay to do this, you pay to do that. Why are we paying to party? It's a fraternity. It should be free. I don't know. That's just my opinion. But let's talk about South by. South by was fun. So yeah, like I said, I worked Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And then we went out on Wednesday night. Not really. It was C3 showcase on Wednesday night. So we did that. Yeah, so Sunday, Monday, Tuesday was work. Wednesday, C3 showcase. I did not stay for too long. I was tired. So tired. Let's go back actually. Tuesday, I took the bus all week because once again, I am frugal and I was not paying for parking over South by because hey, guess what? There's nowhere to park. Let's talk about that. Austin, figure it out. Why do you have to drive everywhere and there's nowhere to park? I don't want to take an Uber everywhere I go. So let's implement something else. But I take the bus on Tuesday, right? It is like 8 o'clock in the morning, and I take my bus. I had taken the bus the 2 days before that. No, I took the bus the one day before that because I drove on Monday. So I took the bus on Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday, I get on the bus and I'm on my phone. I miss my stop. The next stop was a mile away, across the bridge. hmm So we walked a mile from Congress in Riverside to work at 8 o'clock in the morning. I was powering through it, but it was freezing. Hey, and when you walk across a body of water, it gets colder. On a bridge, real fun. So, anyway, that's how my Tuesday went. And then on Wednesday, we had the C3 showcase, which I keep saying, and I haven't even talked about it. So, let's talk about it. We had Calder Allen perform. Calder was so great. I'd never seen him before. Talked about him on Caroline's episode. So, if you haven't listened to that, maybe you should listen to it. He brought on his brother, which slay musical families. That's so cute. They brought on his brother, you know? They sang a song together. And then Michigander played after him. There was Rome's in between, and then Michigander played, who I'd also never seen before, but what a cool little band. And I say little, not in a demeaning way, but that's just the vibe. I mean, it's a small venue, it's like 400 people. So that was good. And then Thursday was supposed to be Luck Reunion, but it got moved. Thank God it got moved because I got so sick. South by sickness is real. If you do South by ever in the future and you've listened to this, please prepare yourself. Take every vitamin that you could think of. Eat like, what's the guy's name? The Liver King. You should probably just start eating like him for a month in advance to prepare because if you can't tell, my voice is still scratchy and just gross, but it's fine because we got to do the episode and we got to get it out on time. So here we are. Yeah, don't do South by without preparing your body because oh my God, you will die. You won't die, but you might. So then Friday was luck. We got there at like 1. First of all, thank you, Craig from Yerba Mate, for giving me some tickets to go out there. That was so fun. I had a blasty blast. So we get there at like 1, and it's 40 minutes away. So we get there around 1-ish. We park, and then you have to take like a shuttle to get there to the actual plot of land that it's on. Because it's like this little like make-believe town. There's like a chapel and a saloon, and it's like the wild, wild west. But we get there, we really wanted to see Angel Whiteset, but we didn't end up being able to. We ran into him though when we walked in. What a kind individual and can dress very well. I'm taking notes off of that. And then we just kind of walked around for a while. I'd been there before, so I went in October for Lucktoberfest. And that was nowhere near as exciting as it was for Luck because when I tell you there were a tenth of the people there that there were for Luck Reunion, I'm not kidding. But Luck Reunion is so fun, and if you ever get the chance to go, please go. We saw Sierra Ferrell after that. And if you've ever seen Yellowstone and you know the episode where they do the little, I guess it's when John is like becomes the governor or the mayor or whatever he becomes. I guess the governor. And then they do a party at the ranch. That's what I felt like when I was watching Sierra Ferrell. She ate. She ate that up. It was great. Felt like I was at their party. But then we had to get on out of there because I was starving. No, I actually ate before that, so it doesn't even matter. But we had to get out of there because I wanted to see Hermanos Gutierrez. And there was already a line forming outside of the stage that they were playing in because they were playing in the saloon. And the line is going from the saloon, which is about midway to like the end of the plot that this like town is on, and it's going to the door of the make believe town. Like I don't know what you want me to call it. So we're gonna start calling it the town. So the line goes from the saloon to the door of the town, the entrance. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Because I can't miss this. I have been wanting to see them for so long. They played in November at Antone's, and I wanted to see them, but I was at home because it was Thanksgiving break. So I get in this line, and I'm like, we're gonna miss them, but it's fine. Might as well just try. We get in line at about 4:30. These two people go on at 6:40. No, they go on at 6. So we get in at 4-ish, 4:30. That's an hour and a half before any action's happening. There's obviously bands going on stage at that time, but I didn't want to wait in the line. Like I was just complaining before. We need to come up with a better process. Why is it a 150 cap room and there's a line? Maybe you should have put them on a bigger stage so we didn't have to do that. Like one would think that they would know that the demand is so high for people to want to see them, but I guess I was wrong. So we get in the line, there's a band going on. That band finishes, and then there's another one. We're still not inside yet. We finally get inside when the band that goes on right before them finishes, and we're in the back of the venue. And I'm thinking, well, everyone's here for Hermanos Gutierrez, so we're going to be stuck in the back. It's fine. They all leave. Best feeling in the world. And I haven't pushed myself to the front of a concert since ACL in high school when we camped out of the stage to see Shawn Mendes, but we had to do it again. And we moved ourselves to the front of this room and waited another 40 minutes for them to come on because the last band finished at like 5:20 and then there was a 40-minute break. So they're doing sound check and whatever, but they're not actually playing. And they finally come on. Also, during the sound check, they brought on Adrian Casada, who I wasn't really sure if he was going to be joining them, but he did end up joining them. So that was a really fun time. Their music is, there's no lyrics to any of their songs. You just got a vibe for 40 minutes, is how long their set was. And I hate to compare bands to one another, but if you've never heard of them and you're interested in knowing what they sound like, I'm going to throw out an adjacent band, not parallel, adjacent. Krongben, if you like them, then you're going to love Hermanos Gutierrez. Like, seriously, those two brothers put on a great show. More brothers performing. Is everyone just making family bands now? What happened to SM6 on TikTok? You know that family band that's like the brother and then the sister and then the middle sister and then and then there's the other brother and then there's like the little girl. Didn't they like start emo music or something? I don't know. I haven't seen them on TikTok in a while. But I miss them. What happened to them? Bring them back. So yeah, anyway, Hermanos Gutierrez put on a great set. They really transported me into a different universe, I must say. We walked out of the saloon, and it had been like a 2 hour difference at this point, and the sun was setting, and I immediately got my post concert depression, which doesn't really happen for me until after, the day after you go to sleep, you get a good night's rest, you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, that was real, and now it's over. No, that happened as soon as I walked out of the venue. Or not venue, the stage, whatever. But wow, I would pay a high dollar to see them again. So then we just kind of walk around. There's like so much to do there. There's food trucks and whatever. Also, get better food. Please get better food. I had 2 puffy tacos for lunch there, and they were so boring. Dare I say mid? And I hate that word. I really hate that word. But they were not good. And then there just weren't options. Like, we got lunch really early in the day, and I get in line to get a bowl. Like, there's this curry bowl at one of the food truck places, and they're like, oh, we're out of rice. Huh? How are you out of rice? That doesn't make any sense to me. Get more rice. Like, it's a bowl. That is the base of the bowl. How are you already out of rice? That doesn't make any sense to me. So if you're gonna post up as a food truck at one of these things, come prepared. I don't get that. So after their set, we go and see Nightcap, who seems to be an Austin favorite. If you've listened to Caroline's episode, again, I am mentioning that, then you would know that she opened up for them quite recently. And I have only listened to them via Instagram stories and Snapchat stories of people being at these shows, but what a cute, great band. I enjoyed my time. And then I saw them again on Saturday, twice on Saturday, which puts Nightcap at the top of the pyramid for bands, artists, whatever the word is you want to use, that I've seen the most. But that's all about to end because they're about to be tied. Actually, they are tied. They're tied with Diplo. And Diplo is Diplo and whatever. Oh my god, Diplo was in my dream last night. Diplo was my stepdad in my dream last night. That's really personal, so you're really getting the real me at this point. Because why would you want to know that Diplo was my stepdad in my dream? My parents aren't even divorced. So I don't know where the stepdad came into that, but he was. So yeah, Nightcap and Diplo are tied for 3 times that I've seen both of them. But it's going to be a 3-way tie now because next weekend we're going to Minnesota. Why? To see John Mayer. Duh. Claire told me I should talk about my obsession with John Mayer on here, but it's not really even an obsession. It's more along the lines of I just have a very deep respect for the man's career. You know, and the music and everything is just also I don't think it's a coincidence that the debut album dropped on the day of my birth. I don't think it's a coincidence. But that's just me. So anyway, back to South by. Saturday happens. Oh, okay. Let's finish Luck Reunion. Nightcap ends. Great band, super fun, had a great time. And we end up seeing Willie at the end of the night because you gotta, right? You gotta. But it was late and we were tired and my feet hurt and I was walking like a cowboy and it was dusty. Everyone's getting really bad allergies and we all sound like we've been smoking 10 packs a day for 10 years at that point because the dust had just filled our lungs. So we saw Willie for 5 minutes and we had to leave. It's one of those times that I was just like, you gotta say you saw it. So we saw him. And then he sat down. We're all the way in the back. You can't even see him. So I was like, got to go. So we leave. Then Saturday happened. Woke up around 11. So we go to a showcase at Lambert's. And it was so fun. I actually had so much fun on Saturday. I cannot complain. We saw the Dirty Shirts, great band, super nice band. Ran into them on Sunday while I was doing my little post South by shopping on Congress just to see if there was anything that I wanted to buy. And I did end up buying something. I bought a ring. And it's right here, so I'll show you if you're watching. It's really dirty, but look at my ring. It's so cool. Like, wrong way. Oh no, not wrong way. Boom. Anyway, so ran into them on Sunday. Super nice. Can't wait to see them again. Their lead singer jumped on a table that was 2 feet in front of me, and I wasn't sitting at the table, but I also didn't see him jump off the stage to go to said table. And I was really confused because I guess I was looking away when he got off the stage, and then I turned around and he's standing in front of this table and starts walking on the chair to walk on the table, and I was like, whoa. But he has the confidence to do that, so if you've got it, then you've got it. So go him. And then we saw Surfer Girl. And in every episode that I have recorded up until now to try to do this one, I have made the same reference, and I will continue to make it because I think it's right. They give me the vibe of Emblem 3 has grown up and is making better music. Because everyone knows the song Chloe that came out like 10 years ago. The song blew up. But you know, in the band, it's the two brothers. And then it's the other guy that like raps, sort of. That's what it is, in my opinion. I thought it was so much fun because I felt like I was getting my Emblem 3 era back. I mean, it's in the whole middle of the whole like Tumblr thing that happened, Vine, MagCon, O2L, all of that. It brought me back. And I missed that. And it just was nostalgic and great. And he was jumping around, having a good time. So cool band. Then we saw Nightcap again at the Lowdown. And you know who I forgot to put on this lineup for people we saw at Luck Reunion? Is The Sacred Souls, who we also saw again on Saturday night. That man can sing. His name is John. That's what I do remember. And then, man, wow. He can sing. What can I say? He can really sing. So we saw him and his band at Empire on Saturday night. And I had never been to Empire either. What a cool venue. It's really interesting. I like that venue. I would so go back. And then what else happened? I feel like that's it for South by. But it's over now. It is over. I'm done talking about it. I'm done living through it. It's been so much fun, but it's time to move on. And moving on is by clearing your mind. And yesterday, Morgan cleared her mind. She went to Core Power, and we always joke about this, and you could agree, you could not agree. This is just my opinion. People go to these yoga classes, and the instructor always does like the breathing exercises either at the beginning or the end. Why is there always like one person? They go, take a deep breath in, and you do, and then they say, and let it all out. And you would hear someone sounding like they just had an exorcism. And you're expecting me not to laugh? And I love yoga. I really do, but I can't go to a class and not laugh at these people who are basically yelling letting out everything that's weighing on them for the day. You ain't got that much. And it's always like the 35-year-old man that's doing that. What is wrong with your life? Controversial, maybe, but that's my opinion. I've seen enough of that. Okay, let's pull up more of what Claire asked me to talk about on here. Okay, one of Claire's texts says, talk about how you and Coach, in all caps, bond over going to concerts. Coach, in all caps, is my dad. Shout out, Dad. You're my first YouTube subscriber. Thanks. How did we bond over going to concerts? We went to our first concert together. I don't even know which the first one was, but I can name a few. We went to Justin Timberlake as a family in May of 2019. And then him and I saw her together, she was at one of the John shows last year, and John did a little tribute to one of her songs, which I thought was cool because she was also playing a show on the second night that he was playing. So that was cool. And then him and I saw Drake together. Drake. So much fun. Why are your concert tickets $1,000? This is Taylorgate 2.0. It's Drakegate now. It's Drake Ticketmastergate. Everybody needs to stop doing that. Oh, who has $1,000? Everyone's like me at the show after my parents asked me who sold the house. Yeah. You gotta sell a kidney to go to these shows. Why? Drake and 21 Savage, everyone. But yeah, we went to those, and then it just became like a thing, I guess. I feel like I haven't been to one recently with him, though. We're going to Masego in April. Claire asks, what made you want to start a podcast? Which we're going to talk about actually for a second, because this was not the original plan. As much as I do love this and enjoy this right now and would love to continue it, this was never the original plan. The original plan is still in motion and will come out next fall. So if you're already tired of listening to me now, it's not you're not escaping, because there's more coming. Yeah, I just didn't really want to do what everyone else was doing, which has kind of been the case so far. And I love music, but I'm not an artist. I don't really have a desire to be one either, but I feel like I understand them very well. I hope. And so that's where this kind of came about. Zane Lowe, I would just want to take over your job, basically, is where this all came from. I'm obsessed with that man. He's such a good interviewer. We'll get there. We're not worried about it. It's going to be okay. Claire asks, what's your life goal? If you know me personally, then you know this already, but I talk about this way too often. It's the Chihuahua farm. Whenever the other original plan happens that I was talking about, whenever that happens, Chris D'Elia says that they're all going to go and cabin in the woods and share ideas. No, we're going to the Chihuahua farm. And you're all invited. Yeah, it's going to be in Montana or like Wyoming. Just like a bunch of ratty dogs running around. And then you can adopt them. Maybe. It'll be fun. It'll be my version of Luck, Texas, but Chihuahua farm version. Just like imagine. Everybody's like, I don't like little ratty dogs. Why? What'd they ever do to you? Oh, they bite. They're kind of crazy. No, they're not. You made them like that. Imagine you are a 5-pound individual and people are coming up to you all the time and getting in your face and grabbing you. Yeah, you would be a little aggressive. So why are we complaining about that. It doesn't make any sense. So Chihuahua Farm, everyone's invited. If you don't like the idea, then you're out. Oh, I'm supposed to talk about TikTok. All right. My TikTok has been full of the 1975 content, which, first of all, I'm not complaining. Because when I first got into the 1975, that was before my dad started taking me to concerts. And I was too scared to ask to go to concerts at that point. I had seen Selena Gomez at the end of 8th grade. That was like my graduation gift. And that was fun. But I didn't go to a concert again until middle of high school. So we missed out on early 1975. And that's the other thing. Everybody's like gatekeeping them. Let them be a band. They're performing at Lollapalooza. They're headlining Lollapalooza. You're going to gatekeep them? I was a fan at the beginning. Honestly, you know what? I'm going to gatekeep them too, because if we're all going to do it, then everyone's just got to get on board. And then you got Mini 1975, which is in Hale, who's also all over my TikTok, and I don't know why, because I haven't listened to any of their music. But Sunroom's opening for them. Kind of a like juxtaposition of bands there. Very different music. Both super small and cute, but interesting. And that's Bono's son. The Nepo Baby whole thing is going pretty crazy. And also, it's like, whole Nepo Baby thing. Like Claire said, my dad's a coach. I could have played soccer, but I chose not to. So, yeah, if your parent's an actor, yeah, you're probably going to be an actor. And if your parent's a singer, you're probably going to be a singer. Why? Because you have the resources to be good at it. And why would you do something that you're not good at? That doesn't make any sense. So just let the Nepo babies be Nepo babies. Get over it. But you know who's not? Taylor Swift. Apparently she came from money, though. And now we're getting into the celebrity gossip, which needs to pause. But she's all over my TikTok. And I'm not a Swiftie. Yesterday, though, I did listen to Karma all on my own. Nobody asked me to do it. Nobody told me to do it. I just listened to it because I was craving it. Sometimes it's not even a song is stuck in your head. You just crave to listen to it. And that's where I was. And I listened to it all the way through. Great song. Eras Tour. Looks like a blast. Truly. It really does. It looks like a blast and a half. And I don't know if I would ever want to go, because I don't know that many of her songs. But you know what's funny? Morgan, my roommate, who I wish was here, is going to see her the day after I see John. So that's two sides of the story for you, isn't it? We're getting our own versions of Dear John, and I'm excited. I'm excited for her. You know, Taylor's hers, John is mine. We'll speak about the concert afterwards. We'll come back from our times away. She's going to Dallas. We're all traveling. Goodbye. Goodbye. But yeah, next week should be interesting too. We're recording 4 episodes next week. So you're not getting a solo from me in a while. But I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm keeping it short and sweet because I don't want to drown on and just talk about things that nobody cares about anymore. I tried to keep it entertaining. I really did. But I'm so tired of recording this, and I haven't posted a reel when at the time of me recording this. It's Thursday, by the way. And I haven't posted a reel. So apologies in advance because you're getting 3 yesterday, aka today. But yeah, I mean, if you enjoyed it, I'll do more. I think I just needed to get the first one out of me. Next week, we have a band that I mentioned in here. So if you're listening, then you'll know. And I'm actually really excited to have them on. It'll be so fun to talk about what they're up to and what they're going to get up to. So yeah, no more solo episodes for a while. But if you're into it, I'll do more. We'll just call them no notes. No notes mini episodes. Maybe we'll start bringing on guests. I don't know, like once every other week, once a month, recap. Oh, I said I would talk about some albums. Let's just talk about them real quick before I get off here. Endless Summer Vacation and One Thing at a Time, Fourth Wall. Miley, Morgan Wallen, Rule. Great albums. If you haven't listened, hop on it. Lovesick, Don Toliver, hop on it. Die For You remix. Thank you to The Weeknd and Ariana Grande. That's my favorite duo. When they did Save Your Tears, yeah, that was good. So, yeah, those are great albums. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. And if you like them, we'll keep doing them. But if you don't like them, we'll probably keep doing them. So tune in next week for a special band that I mentioned. If you weren't listening, then that's your fault. But I mentioned them, so listen again. And if you haven't listened to Scott's or Caroline's episode, do that after listening to this one. I talk a lot less. But anyway, thanks for listening and catch you next week.